My name is Chase Johnson. I'm from Denver, Colorado, and we have used C3 Group several times on some of our large loss commercials and our higher end residential for their appraisal services and their public adjusting services. Their knowledge of the market, of the ever-changing regulations, and their ability to create a very thorough estimate from an understanding of construction and the management of the project.
Happy Thursday, everyone. Lead meteorologist John Straka here for our daily 12 p.m. hail forecast, sponsored as always by C3 Group and Merlin Law Group. And just a special shout out to C3 Group with Matt Behrens and Kirk McCluckey for going out and doing some pretty cool hail chasing yesterday in northeastern Colorado. Found up to 3-inch hail. I don't have any pictures of it, but just a nice little interesting tidbit. And follow them on social media and obviously like C3 Group and Merlin Law Group as well. If you have any issues with the app, or with the website, you need some training, you're new to Hail Trace, got some new guys, you can set up a training at your earliest convenience. We'll be happy to help you guys out. Just give us a call. The number will be at the end of the video here. You can message us here on Facebook, you can email us, however it is for you want to get in contact with us. We'll be sure to get back to you and set up a training at your earliest convenience. Forecast for today, we got a couple different areas we're looking at here. One overall area across the Plain States with a couple different locations scattered in between, and then off on the East Coast. So start in the east. Looks like we'll see some storms forming the next couple of hours across Pennsylvania and Ohio, up to half-dollar size hail possible with any of these storms that are isolating, can be strong enough to drop up to half-dollar size hail, but for the most part, more of a wind producer and marginal hail risk. So, and now, of course, the part for why I titled the video, Kansas City, you do have a chance for some hail today. I know you guys have been pretty notorious for sneaking by all the storms this year. It might be the case again today, but there is that chance. I gotta throw it up there. Maybe we'll do some reverse psychology and I'll say they probably won't get hit, and then they do. Whatever it has to be. If there are storms and they happen to hit the metro and they happen to be isolated, they could have up to some tennis ball size hail with them, so we'll be watching that super carefully. An outside chance the storms can make it as far south as Wichita, so 2% chance there. Even more of an outside chance it could get a couple pop-up storms near Amarillo, 1% chance. Looks like there's definitely going to be quite a bit of severe weather, some isolated supercells across parts of Wyoming into Nebraska, but there's not a lot of people really in this area. I think it'll be east of Casper by the time it forms, so only 2% there. And further to the north, another area of storm expected this evening. I think might be more of a wind threat than a hail threat, so 5% for Pierre, South Dakota. I think by the time it gets to Sioux Falls, it'll likely be minimal hail producing. So this is your future radar. You see Kansas City right in here, and look at the most recent, shows a lot of storms in the area, and it makes it really be really hard pressed to say that they won't get hail. But again, you guys have probably had some of the worst luck this year. So will that luck continue, or will we turn it around? We'll actually have some live coverage in Kansas City as a storm happens. I guess better late than never, am I right? So it is possible today. It looks like we could actually see some decent storms in the area. Do those hail dances, I guess, extra hard, or maybe not, whatever your superstition may be. Maybe we can get a storm to happen across that metro. Further to the north, you see the big storms that are going to form. Looks like probably a couple monsters this evening moving through the Nebraska panhandle, so, and into Wyoming. These will be forming this evening after about 5 or 6 o'clock, possibly going well into the overnight. and then you also see the storm form in the overnight hours, or in the evening hours as well across South Dakota, where I think a wind threat might prevail. Finally, off to the east on the east coast here, see storms across Pennsylvania, parts of Virginia, Ohio. Again, strongest storms, maybe up to $50 size, probably more of a wind threat than a hail threat on the east coast today, or it'll end up being big hail, who knows. So for the day tomorrow, we got two different areas we're looking at here. I think eastern Colorado yet again could see some pretty big hail. So 2.5 inch hail possible there, maybe even larger if things pan out just right. And then another area we're watching near Kansas City again, up to golf ball size hail. I think it's going to be more of a wind threat for tomorrow anyway, possibly some real damaging winds if we get a good MCV like line of storms to move through. Could have some really strong winds, but unfortunately that would mean the hail would be a little less across the area. Future radar going to be all encompassing on this one, guys. You see the storms moving through. It doesn't develop till after about 3 or 4 o'clock, and then this particular run, it ends right at 7 p.m., and that's when everything kind of starts to form up in Kansas. It's going to be a late bloomer for the day tomorrow, with it being the end of summer, not the end of summer, but the later half of summer. Storms like to form much later and go much later into the overnight hours, to the unfortunate side of the sleep schedule for everyone here at Hail Trace, but that's just how things roll. Follow us here on Facebook and hit see first so you don't miss any of our posts. If you are following us, you'd see we had the follow-up to that Colorado storm, that big hailstone. The National Weather Service did in fact go out and they measured it. It broke the record. They did the little real specific measurement up to 4.83 inches in diameter, making it the largest hailstone. I'm willing to bet that thing might have been a little bit bigger when it first hit the ground too. A little bit of melting, I'm sure, went on between them finding the stone, taking a picture, and putting it in the freezer. But hey, you know what? It's still a new record for Colorado. Give us a call at 855-334-4245 for any comments, questions, or concerns you may have. If you're interested what Hail Trace has to offer, or if you need to set up a training, email us or visit our website for more details. And finally, follow us on Instagram, where we do updates on there pretty regularly as well. Have a great rest of your Thursday, everyone. I'll see you again tomorrow on whatever platform you prefer to watch us on. And I guess all you guys wanting Kansas City to get hit, do some hail dances and cross those fingers. Maybe we can see a big storm later on this afternoon. We'll be back for a stream. If not, see you at 12.